as the market is starting to get more strength, you see a lot of money coming into the market. It's slowly increasing. And what's really important to note here is that things are changing and they are changing quickly. This is one of the largest weekly increase in last 13 weeks. Last time when we saw this, we saw XRP rallying all the way from 0.3 towards 0.55. This time, you're observing that the RSI is trying to break higher, or if you zoom in, it's already breaking higher. Now, if we are able to get past through 0.55, this level is actually going to push money. Now, it's not same for all the assets. Ether has not broken this one to the upside, so you are still at a resistance in terms of the RSI. And then when you look at the 200-day moving average on a daily, it is acting as a resistance. So yes, short term you had made a new high here, which is a higher high compared to this one, and a new low, which is a higher low. That's a good sign. But right now you have the 200-day moving average acting as a resistance. Then you go look at Bitcoin, it's slowly breaking to the upside. It does have some room to run before it actually meet the 200-day moving average as a resistance. Those who remember what we've talked before, whenever you get this cross to the upside, which is a bullish cross, you see the price coming back down and then bouncing. That is what we are observing right now. So when you go into the market, you see a lot of these coins are starting to pop here and there. A lot of these coins are starting to run crazy and you have a ton of opportunities. So when you are here in this market observing all this, note that the strength of dollar is dropping and that's positive. Those assets which were rallying when dollar was going up will have higher momentum as the dollar strength reduces. General market will go back up, but you need to see whether dollar is going to break this level and come to the downside from the pattern or bounce back up, because that is going to be really huge. On a daily, it does show you this, which is really interesting for anyone who is interested. This just erased last 2 days of price action. If you are looking at this, you can even put 3 days and a half. That's actually great to see dollar dropping, because you will note that the price is going up and there are different signals, right? So when you look at this one, I'm like, okay, we have seen this back in 2017. We have seen this late 2020, early 2021. Banks limiting your ability. Great. So we are going to discuss through all this and get to an understanding where you know what is coming ahead and how you can take the benefit of it. This is the scientific investor family, where the normal, common retail guys come and learn how to become the next top 10% of the world. When we actually talked about this after a shakeout, a lot of people thought, no, that's nothing. If you look at the view counts, I'm really surprised that the view is going down. And when we talk about the real stuff, that the market can go back up in double digits, not a lot of people will be watching this. And those who are watching for a bear market will have to wait and see how things evolve. But right now, the market is actually giving you a signal that even the macro signals are slowly aligning for the next wave to the upside. Banks trying to limit you from putting your money in crypto because they want to save you, protect you, but you can still go gamble. That does not make any sense. Because right now, if you look at the banking system, it's having huge issues. So central bank profits is taking a deep dive. Look at all these years, and this is unknown during these years. And right now, you're dropping. So the banks will really have something similar. Now, at a time when the interest rate is being pushed up, saying the economy is strong, employment is great, right now, the expectation was 3.6, and the number which came out is 3.7, which is higher. That's unemployment, which is not that great. When it increases, you know what's ahead, where the government will have to give more money. Last time, when they gave that stimulus check, we know most of it came to financial assets. And if you were positioned well, you will see that, because people don't really believe in the economy anymore. Right now, it's a mess. A lot of people right now understand that they need to be in different assets which have fundamentals. And when we are looking at fundamentals, there is no better asset inside crypto market than XRP for sure. But yes, it's not just one asset which is that strong in fundamentals. You do see a lot of other assets which are also starting to trend back up. When the crypto market is doing a 5% day, you should not neglect the fact that it is doing that after a long period of downside. Why that is so important? You can literally listen to anyone in the space, but the ultimate decision should be made by you. So you can jump on, look at a weekly chart. Then you're like, okay, I'm observing that the weekly chart is showing me that the Bitcoin price is right now going through the 20-day moving average. That actually is a signal changer, which actually shows you there is an ability for the price to go up. And this is happening after a ABC correction pattern, which ended up with a double bottom pattern. So this is really interesting in my humble opinion, because this one giving you the narrative of I'm done with the downside and right now I'm trying to put in a new trend is great information. Because when you go on, now you're trying to align the indicators. Now we do use them, indicators, right? They indicate something. What is that? We've changed. There is something in the market which is changing right now. You broke higher. From this time, 2021, 2022 till this time, we've been below this one. The trend line resistance was so strong, it was keeping us below that. Right now, you're breaking through that on a weekly. And this is just Bitcoin. It won't have huge ROI, but it will still show you the direction of the market. Because right now, even if you are neglecting all of those, it will really be hard for you to look at this and say like, okay, that is a trend line. At least on the short-term scenario, you may actually see a bounce. Even if you are going to get resisted by the level of previous support here, that would still be a good rally for altcoins. Because when Bitcoin is about to bounce from here in this trend line, you will see a lot of altcoins doing the same. Now, is it just Ether? No. If you observe the market, and as we've talked in the last video, we are at a point where the markets are saying, I am breaking higher, I've retested, I'm bouncing. That's this one. You can still be in the denial phase, but that's actually okay. Because that's going to give you the ability to say, okay, that went wrong. That kind of thinking is not the correct one. I need to correct that. This is okay because right now you're just about to start wave 2. And if you are not making the mistake right now and you learned in the wave 1, that's great, that's perfect. But if you are going to make mistake after 2 months, 3 months when the market is topping, then coming on and saying, okay, I think this is a bull market, it's going to continue for next 2 years, then you're going to be trapped at the top. You may have to wait further and then get a wave 3, which won't be as big as the wave 2. So right now when the market show you that we are putting in a higher high, higher low structure and trying to break through this 200-day moving average, right now it's a resistance, but as it breaks through, it's going to change the momentum coming in. Why is that? Because you can go on a 3-day chart, you can go on different macro levels and again ask yourself, okay, I'm observing a bullish divergence which is trending higher and the strength at which it is moving higher is high. Now you connect these. Now you can go in, zoom in and do everything you want neatly, perfectly and still see that there is something which is evolving if you're observing from this range. If you want to get better clarity, you can just look at this. This is like a head and shoulder pattern, an inverse head and shoulder pattern which broke higher. Look at this, retested and bounced. So if that is the real story which the RSI is suggesting you, then it does mean that what the price is showing you as a reversal signal can be valid. The odds are higher for that. When will we get the confirmation? Because no one right now knows whether it's going to go higher or not. We are looking at the probability and saying, okay, this does show you historically when the RSI goes up, break a pattern, price follows. If you want confirmation on that one, you can literally go on various different assets which rallied before when we were all waiting, right? You come here, you look at the quant. You broke higher, you're coming back to do that retest. But if you remember, this was your previous support range. You were getting supported here. And then you extend that level and you see that acting as a resistance. When you broke this level upside and did this retest and bounce, it showed you the possibility that the price is going to break through. And then the price followed. Now, it did a retest here. Right now, the price is doing a retest. So if you're using RSI and then combining it with MACD, it kind of gives you even more clarity, even more odds on your side so that you can fight this market. Because this market is not going to stand out for anyone. When people say this is not going to go up, you will see a candle popping, boom. So if you are in the market, having that level of patience to wait through this is going to be hard. Say you are entering a trade. You see 30%, 40%, 50%. Yesterday, this literally happened to me. I was waiting through this at 100%, 99.6 or something. I was like, okay, my target was 75 to 100. Now I'm at 99. I'm taking this. Then the price went even higher. So if I would have held that, I would have made 140, 150%. But being disciplined in a short-term trade is different than holding to a long-term asset. Because long-term asset, when it reverses, you're not looking at a short-term chart and a breakout like this. If it is me, I would say zoom out, go to the macro scenario, look at what you are just about to start. If the breakout coming here on a short term excites you, keep this in mind. That breakout is just a beginning of the next wave, which is on a macro level showing you that you are going to see massive price appreciation in this asset. Now, will it be just this asset? No, for sure. We all know that inside the market, when there is a tsunami, the boat, whichever is there, whether it's a good one, bad one, whether it has an engine or not, everything will go up. But what matters is that if you don't have that engine, when you come back down, you will crash. And we have seen that. A lot of crypto projects going bankrupt, 99.9% down, and they are still down. That is one of the reasons why I say always look at the fundamentals. What the team has built, who are leading this project, how many of the leaders are there, how many different projects are being built on that ledger, everything is important. And if you are that one guy trying to read, learn every day, now you have an advantage over the market. And if you're still confused about these breakouts, technicals and all, you can look at the Patreon. The link is given in the description below where we discuss all of these. Recently, we've been entering through different trades, making those happen. Why? Because wave 2, we've waited for 4 years. We don't want to wait another 5-6 years for the next wave 2 to come. Because if you can literally make the big capital here, then you don't have to take huge risk in the wave 3. You don't have to take huge risk in bear market or the wave 1. Yes, bear market. The bear market is just going to come after this rally. That's going to be the real big bear market, not this one. This one is just a miniature stuff. And if you are scared about this one, believe me, next time when the market actually crashes, it's going to hurt a lot of people. All this euphoria will be kicked out of the market. So prepared is what we have to do. We have to keep ourselves aligned in a way that we know what to expect and we are prepared for that one. So that being said, guys, if you haven't hit that like button yet, please do that. That supports the channel a lot. Now, going back to the market, you can just take this, go into the Bitcoin one and ask the same question like, okay, I'm looking at Bitcoin and Bitcoin moving into the exchanges is reducing. So people cashing out of Bitcoin is reducing. Why? They think that the price can go higher. Then you see some moving out of Bitcoin to other exchanges. Why? They can move on to Ether, they can move on to any crypto asset. It is common sense when they see Bitcoin doing 5% and some of these coins doing 35, 10, 15, 20%. They will be tempted. Why wouldn't they be, right? Unless you know your asset is going to pop 10, 20, 50x. Now, Bitcoin literally cannot do that at this moment. From 20,000, it's not going to 500,000 or a million. We all know that. Maybe in next 10 years, 20 years, it can. But not in this cycle. Being practical, being real. That's what we think. Fine. Now, if you're looking at this one, you'll say, okay, that is going to be a continuation pattern, which can literally bring you that 10, 20, 50x. And when that comes, you shouldn't be in the denial mode. Understand, disbelief should be over when you break through this one. You don't have any reason to be in the disbelief phase when you're breaking above 0.6, because as you break through your measured move, remember that's going to be another 200%. So you are literally observing this breakout, and then you're saying, okay, the price right now has the ability to go towards recent highs. And when you put in that local high or break through that, remember the FOMO is going to be so high. So you don't want to be following the price, chasing the green candles. What you want to do is wait and enter if you haven't entered into an asset. If that particular asset just popped, wait, there will be corrections. For sure, you'll get a better entry rather than just trying to grab that green candle. So guys, for that, if you are looking at, you can have a look at the Patreon. The link is given in the description below. That's it, guys. If you received value, please do hit that like and subscribe button. I'll meet you on the next video. Bye for now.